just saying during the break, thank God.
Right.
Thank fucking God.
To end stuff like that in Firehouse.
We could only live so long with Trickster and Nelson and Guns.
I mean, it's so hard to remember this, but Firehouse was on MTV's Top 10 the same time
doing interviews
as Nirvana.
Right.
Which Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Right.
That blows my mind.
Right. It was Reach for the Sky, right? That was their hit. Reach for the... Or am I thinking of Slaughter?
No, yeah, that's something else.
That's Slaughter?
I can't even remember Firehouse's song. Oh, baby, don't treat me bad.
Oh, there it is. There it is. What about Trickster? 1 in a million to me, yeah.
Oh, man.
God damn, I listened to some really...
we had nothing else to listen to because growing up in middle America, what exposed us to different music? We had MTV and then we had the radio.
Right.
That's all we had.
But at least we had MTV. I mean, like, our kids today, MTV, they play music for like 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
And it's at like 6:30 in the morning.
Well, so what I'm saying is we were told what to listen to, but we got to choose which station played it.
Right.
Now the kids have so many different outlets, YouTube and all this other stuff, how they get their music through Spotify. There's never going to be like
Pandora
where they all as a public where we all listen to the same music like we used to. Cuz we used to be into this genre. And then Nirvana comes in, kicks the door down, and they start something new.
So would you consider that a bad thing though? Because what you just described, like I want that for my kids. I want them to have options. We didn't have options.
Right.
We were force-fed what we needed to like.
I thought Def Leppard was the best band in the world because they were the best thing I heard on the radio. Turns out there was a lot of other great bands, but I just never heard of them.
Right, because we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have...
Right.
We didn't have the
I thought Make Love Like a Man was poetry.
Right. The reason that we have this show and we get to have people, like, imagine how much money it would have costed us back, let's say that we were the same age, but back in high school.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. 1995, you and me are the same age, and we want to do a radio show where we just talk about what we think.
We'd still have to record it on a cassette.
Right, but put it where?
Right. Mail it.
What do we do it? Mail it out to people?
Or illegally broadcast it because the FCC won't let you, just...
Right.
So ham radio.
So I love the fact that my kids get to grow up in a society where they have too many options.
But that's
almost.
the problem. See, you got people like us that can just,
clouding the airwaves.
It's not clouding, but we're just two guys talking, and maybe we do it well, maybe we don't. That's up to other people to decide.
Yeah,
but there's for every one of us, there's millions of people doing the same thing we're doing.
Right.
And how do you find the good stuff?
Right.
At least back in our day, the record companies would pay to get the stuff, and the radio station would be like, okay, this is good enough, we'll play it. And at least we did get good stuff. And there was a lot of shit that sucked. But now how do you find the great stuff? It's because you just have to go through everything. Who has time for that?
I was at work today, and I work at a restaurant, and there's this girl who is going to school to be a scientist.
Okay.
like she's telling me about it, and I'm like, so wait a minute, you mean to tell me that in 2 months, when you meet somebody new and they ask you what you do, you get to say, I'm a scientist?
That's right.
Right? Why is she British? But she was like...
rocket scientist.
I was like, that's awesome. Like, not a lot of... I've never met a scientist. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Right.
And she was talking to somebody else that we work with, and she was like, hold on, let me write this down. And she's writing something down, and I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? And she's like, you have to listen to this band. Like old school. Like,
yeah.
She wrote it down on a piece of paper. Listen to this band. This band is great.
Check them out. She didn't give you the QR code?
Yeah, right. Here, I have it on my phone. I'll email it to you. But I mean, like, it was just weird to see that exchange about music. Like, this band is awesome. I'm a scientist. I'm not listening to that band. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
I am not checking. And I saw the look on the other person's face, and they're like, all right, thank you so
Can't
much.
wait.
I'm going to download it tonight. But, I mean, I'm impressed of what we've seen in the music landscape.
Yeah, and I think sadly, it's a thing that was in the past. It's not going to happen anymore. It's just done. And now what's happening now is going to evolve into something new, and we'll never have that again.
So you don't think that there will be another quote unquote Kurdt Cobain?
I don't think there ever could be another Beatles, another Cobain, another Elvis, Guns N' Roses. I don't think there can be a band that or a person that comes on the scene and is like, holy shit, this changes the world. Well, it might shake things up and be like, oh, that's new. We've never heard this before, and it's really popular now. But it's not like Kanye West is a household name, not for his music, though. He's a household name because he's a famous person.
Right.
People tell me he's a musical genius.
Everybody tells me.
I don't see
I
it.
listen to it. I'm like,
it sounds like all the other shit that's on the radio.
Eminem might be the last person that changed the soundscape.
He was probably the last one that, on that level, did it, and then he kind of, now that the digital age is here, it's over.
Well, yeah, I mean, Eminem was the last person to do it, and then he kind of went a little Chappelle. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you get that much fame. At least he didn't die. I mean,
Right.
I guess that's good.
Right.
At least he didn't kill himself. I mean, like Jim Morrison,
Although
Jimi
after that
Hendrix,
last album, he should have, huh? Hey.
Woo,
Oh.
ba-doom, tss. But no, I haven't even listened to the last album. I mean, that's how ill.
And you were a huge fan.
I was a gigantic fan. Oh God, do you have enough time to stick around and listen to me rap like Eminem
On your CD?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to hear it.
Are
Are we gonna critique that like Make Love Like a Man?
Right. All right. I'm gonna give you a choice.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you several choices. You can either hear me rap like Eminem
Okay.
or rap like Nelly.
Oh, I got to hear Nelly.
Nelly? You
Yeah.
going Nelly?
Yeah.
By the way, what happened to that guy?
Right. I don't know.
He just is gone.
The St. Lunatics were great.
What? Did I just wait? Hold on. You just scrambled my radar. Did Joe just say that the St. Lunatics were great?
Hey, they were fun, right? Mama,
I don't know.
Ia, oh.
Like that whole song, like I don't understand one word they're saying.
I know, but it's fun as hell.
But
other than when they're like, hell yeah.
I don't even remember that part.
Hell yeah.
Okay, all right. I remember actually listening to Nelly driving through South
St. Louis?
St. Louis.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
South St. Louis is no place to fuck around with. Yeah, okay, so where Nelly is, it's on the unreleased
Oh, yeah.
special edition.
That's right.
I didn't release it, and
No.
by release it back then means nobody knows about this. Let me pull this.
If back then you weren't willing to share it,
It's really bad.
I can only imagine.
We are pulling up a song that
Maybe.
okay.
The really
Just-
CD in there?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was leaving, but we make a pretty good team. And now you're grown and you found a girl that you believe in. And I don't know, now you got two beautiful women. I can't stop thinking my baby's grown up. You won't stop being my baby boy. I can't
It's probably that sticker you got on it. Back when you used to put stickers on CDs.
Right?
my baby boy.
That's the only one, by the way, that has any sort of design. And look at that great design work I did.
What is that? Is it like a bat from Batman? Or
It was like a tattoo, like a gothic thing that I.
And we're back.
So, just to catch everybody up to speed.
We had a conversation without you guys.
Yeah. Well, our computer.
Technical difficulties.
Let us do that. What did you think of the song?
Well, the song, which you can drop it in.
Yep.
I mean, it was fantastic, right? The way that you described it as Nelly, I describe it as Bone Thugs and Harmony, right? With a little bit of, but you were missing the party. You were missing the posse. You needed the posse. You needed the guys in the background. Yes, you needed the Saint Lunatics. Without the Saint Lunatics, you're nothing.
Okay. Well,
Nelly didn't figure that out, and obviously you didn't figure it out.
Right. But I had written that song for a mother who her son was getting married, and she wanted to be the daughter or
the mother-son
dance.
Now blows my mind.
Now these sometimes
in Canada,
yes, in Canada.
She approached you and said, "I would like a song, an original song."
Yeah, on eBay, she approached me.
I'd like an original song for my son and I to dance to at his wedding, and I'd like you to do it in the sound of Nelly, because he's gotten me into it. Is this a white family or a black family?
I don't know.
Because if they're black, I'm sure the son is like, well, either way, if they're white or black, I'm sure the son is like, huh, this ain't Nelly. This doesn't sound like Nelly. This is some white guy.
I know, dude. I know. But no, so the way that the situation would always happen, somebody would buy the song on eBay.
Yeah.
And just like I do have 14 tracks on this unreleased album, because it wasn't my material per se.
Okay.
So I never felt comfortable,
you
like putting a name on it.
Yeah.
Even before publishing was so easy, but so people would buy the song, and then in one way or another, they would communicate the message that they wanted me to say for them.
Okay.
Sometimes they would send me a poem.
And I would write lyrics
I would use that exact poem and write a song around it.
Oh, okay.
There are other times where people would just send me a complete text message history, just so I can get to know them through that, I guess.
A lot of LOL and WTF. And
it was before
emojis.
Before emojis, before LOLs. There were other times where people would write me pages and pages of emails letting me know the intricacy of their situation.
Right.
And this particular one had to do with her son was getting married. Mm-hmm. And I have had ones that asked me to sound like Nickelback. I've had ones that asked me to sound like Eminem, Nelly, country. It was a very cool experience to be able to try and pull it off, if you know what I mean.
See, this
being
sounds
a musician,
it sounds like now you're under the gun because you're being paid to do this.
Right.
This sounds like a fun workshop to do with friends.
Yeah.
Like what if you had a songwriting group of friends,
right?
And you all get together and you say, okay, like a book club,
right?
But instead,
it's
a songwriting club. So you come together and you're like, okay, guys, this month. Or this week, or whatever.
We're doing Nickelback.
We're doing in the key of Nickelback.
Right.
However artistically you want to interpret Nickelback, that's up to you.
Right.
Maybe one guy rips them off totally and just does their sound. But maybe one guy is just writes a song
that
just happens to be about trashing women.
And whatever, dude. I'm never going to agree with you on that point.
You look better with something in your mouth.
But that girl probably does look better with something in her mouth. But anyway, either way, I digress. But but the even better than that is here's the situation, here's what's going on. We have to write the lyrics to this.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun, right?
You want to start this?